Hello and welcome to the Marketing Mix. Oh my God, October already. It's freezing. The heating is on in my office. Got my hoodie and I'm having to wear joggers now. The summer trousers have been put away. We all are feeling a bit, well, I don't know about you. I'm feeling like this year has gone too fast. I think it's a thing, a symptom of getting older because when I was younger, the years used to last much longer. Anyway, today we are talking about how you can create a marketing plan. And I'll tell you this, it's really, really important that you do that. And I know they're kind of three words, email marketing and plan, three words that just make people feel a bit nervous, a little bit scared. Don't think, they don't think that they can do it. And I'm here to tell you that actually it's not that difficult. It really isn't. And you can create one that you'll stick to, but also you can create one that's flexible enough for you to change stuff if you ever need to, because plans are not set in stone. You can have a marketing plan, a social media plan, an email marketing plan, but sometimes things just change and you need to adapt. Think back to 2020. At the beginning of that year, I had a marketing plan, and then in March, everything changed, and I threw my marketing plan out the window and created a new one to cope with what was then the new normal. So just because you have a plan doesn't mean that you can't change it. It needs to be flexible. It needs to be adaptable. It needs to address the goals that you have set, and it needs to address the needs of the market that you serve. Okay, it's going to benefit your business no end. But gosh, how many times have you started, like you've put in your calendar, I'm going to put my plan together, and then you've done some of it, but you've never stuck to it. Think about, we're not that far till the end of the year. Think about January when we all make New Year's resolutions. Only a small percentage of people feel that they've achieved them, because by the time we get to February, 80% of us will probably have given up and will have felt that we failed. So when it comes to your marketing, any part of your marketing, we were talking about email today specifically, but any part of your marketing, putting in that effort at the beginning is really going to pay dividends, and it's going to help you to reach your goals. So does some of this sound familiar to you? You haven't taken the time to create a plan. Creating a plan seems like it's really, really time consuming. You've got everything else on your plate to do. If you're like me, you work in your business, on your own, and it just feels like there's not enough time. Maybe you did the hard work of creating a plan and you just didn't follow through, or something changed and you didn't go back to it. If that sounds familiar, then here's what I advise you to do. Okay, take your planning in smaller chunks. Don't sit down don't plan 2 hours and say, right, I'm going to create my plan in this time. If you work in 15-minute chunks, it actually makes it easier for you to plan, because you're working in 15-minute sprints that actually make it easier for you to do your planning. So think about that. Think about how you're going to do that 15-minute sprint. There's actually a technique called the Pomodoro technique, which I think that's working in like 25-minute blocks and then having a 5-minute break. And that actually helps people be productive. And sometimes when I'm doing something that's a bit meaty, like I'm planning my marketing, I usually plan 3 months at a time. I don't often get it done in one go. I have a few goes at it. So for your email marketing plan, first things first, get a piece of paper, a wall planner, sticky notes, whatever it is that you use to plan for your business, right? Whatever it is that you do. And then what you want to do is write down some relevant dates for your business. So for me, relevant dates could be, I'm sure there's a mentoring day, National Mentoring Day. There's a National Emoji Day. There's, Christmas, like the end of the year, where I'm talking about planning for the next year. If you're a consumer business, maybe you make chocolates. You might want to have, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Easter, Halloween, Christmas. So write down all the times of the year that are relevant to your business, that where you will want to talk about your business. Then clear your head, think about how you can just get yourself off the planning part. So write down those specific days for your business. Then really what you're doing is those relevant parts of the year are going to turn into a bit of a calendar for your business. And when you've got that, if you're, for example, I send weekly, I have a calendar that tells me week by week what I'm going to send to my email list. I plan, as I said, 3 months at a time. And for 3 months, I know exactly every week what I'm going to send to my email list. But I've sat down and thought of the times of the year. So I have specific things. I'll have webinars. I'll have the marketing mix. So I plan around the events that I'm speaking at, the events that I'm going to, things that I want to do for my email list. So I do webinars for my email list 4 times a year. And a little mini mastermind for the most engaged people on my list 4 times a year. So all of these things are in a calendar, and that now I've already got quite a lot of content for my emails. And you don't have to put pressure on yourself to have tons of content for your emails. If you only want to talk about one thing, that's fine. Okay, if that's all you want to do. Now, you've identified all those times of the year, and you've got you've got a bit of a calendar going, a bit of a plan going. But now what I'm going to ask you to do is step backwards and identify your goals. So what do you want to achieve with your emails? Okay, more sales, higher engagement, maybe promoting your new services. Clear goals are going to help with your content and your scheduling decisions. So you've got an idea of what's happening around, in the year that will be relevant to your business. And then you've got your short-term goals, which might include maybe promoting an upcoming event, or maybe you've got a special sale. So think about that chocolate business. They might have a special sale just before Mother's Day. And long-term goals, they could focus on promoting loyalty, building loyalty, or increasing your brand awareness. So know what these goals are. What do you want to achieve in the short term, and what do you want to achieve in the long term? And doing things like building customer loyalty is really important, because it is cheaper for you to get people that have bought from you that have bought from you previously to buy from you again. It's cheaper to do that than to find completely new people. So think about short-term, long-term goals. You need to know your audience. Okay, you need to know who you're talking to. And with email marketing, for me, it's less about broadcasting and it's more about building relationships. So if you know exactly who your target audience is, you can work on attracting those people to your list. So that's understanding their needs, their pain points, And it helps you to make sure that your message is relevant to them, it's valuable. Now, if you haven't already, create these personas. They're called so many things these days. Customer persona, customer avatar, ICP, ideal customer profile. Whatever it is, know who you're talking to. And this is like the most ideal customer, like the person that's absolutely perfect for your business. So that's what you want to figure out. And these personas, you might have more than one, right? You might have more than one persona. So if I think about my personas, the people that are really ideal for me for managing their email marketing are services businesses. And I've done a bit of digging and like more detail on what those types of businesses are. The businesses that are ideal for my coaching could be services, or they could be product. And then I've got other things like my email marketing course and my email marketing planner. Those are perfect for beginners who have service or product businesses, but they're for beginners. They're not for people who've tried it themselves a little bit and then kind of plateaued and don't understand how to get better results. So have those, you might have, 2 or 3 different personas that are relevant for your business. But these personas also help you to segment your audience. And by segment, I mean putting people into buckets. That means that your message is tighter, it's more relevant to them, and your emails are more tailored. So think about how you can divide people into buckets: their age, their sex, their location, their occupation. You can look at their interests. What are their hobbies? What do they read? Which social media platforms are they on? You can look at their pain points. What problems are they facing? What is it that your product or service solves for them? So figure out all of this kind of stuff, and it might you might not have it at first go, and it could be that you start with a very basic profile, and as you get to know your customers better, you add more and more to that profile. And as you do that, your marketing gets tighter. The messages that you put out there get tighter, and they resonate with the people that you want to attract. So then you've got this calendar with things that are, parts of the year that are relevant for your business. But how about creating some content themes? Okay, so you could create monthly or seasonal themes that help you to plan your content around those. It could be, you could focus on lots of different aspects of your business. So for example, if you're a graphic designer, you could focus on things like design trends, tips, showcasing your work. And this can be tied into the months of the year. So it might be that maybe you want to send, maybe you send weekly. So you've got a weekly newsletter. Well, January's obvious, right? January's everything. It's about starting a new year, creating things, refreshing things. So you might want to put some tips for refreshing your brand's visual identity. You could discuss the importance of updating logos, maybe your color schemes and other brand elements. But January is all about a renewal. But maybe for August, we're all kind of thinking about September and going back to work. But your August theme might be back to business. Let's get you ready to get back to business next month. So that might be preparing marketing materials for the busy autumn season, or it could highlight the importance of having updated brochures, maybe business cards or promotional items, because September onwards is a big time for expos. So you've got these themes, you've got them month by month, and once you sit down to think about these themes, you'll find that it'll come very easily. And remember, 15-minute spurts, so 15 minutes on your goals. then 15 minutes, another 15 minutes after you've had a break, or on another day on your customer avatar, and then 15 minutes on those monthly themes. So, it doesn't have to be difficult. And then think about your schedule. So how often are you going to send? So that's important. I would say monthly is really the longest you want to go sending an email. If it scares you to go to, email every week, then think about 2 emails a month. But honestly, really, monthly is the longest that you have to go. You also have to consider your audience's preferences, and it's a little bit chicken and egg, like what do they prefer and what should I send? I mean, at the outset, when I started my business, I decided I wanted to send weekly because I never wanted to talk about more than one thing in my email, one really main important thing. But when I ask people if they want to join my list, I always tell them it's a weekly email. It's a weekly email that comes out on Tuesday lunchtime. So they know that they're signing up for a weekly email. And weekly emails are great for active engagement. So people get used to hearing from you on a weekly basis. If you want to send every, a couple of times a month, that's great. That helps you to maintain your relationship and maybe not overwhelm your audience. Monthly emails are kind of good for roundups and updates, but honestly, really, really try to not go longer than once a month. Now, your email marketing plan doesn't sit on its own. It shouldn't sit in isolation of all the other marketing that you do. So you need to coordinate your email marketing plan and make it work with the rest of your marketing. In fact, you should be running marketing campaigns. Marketing campaigns are really easy. They're information that you push out and you want to pull an action. And those marketing campaigns consist of different types of marketing tactics. So your emails, social media, maybe blog posts, maybe events, maybe updates to your website. So if you're launching a new product, your campaign should definitely include email marketing, or if you're launching a new event or whatever it is, that coordinated approach is going to help you get better results. But you can use the things that you create in other types of marketing in your emails. So you can share snippets of your social media posts in your emails. Why wouldn't you? You could share that. You could say, hey, I shared this tip on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and it got a lot of engagement. Loads of people told me that they loved it. Go and check it out. That drives people to your social platforms. And also your social platforms can drive people to your email. Use your blog posts. You spend a lot of time writing blog posts. So use your emails to highlight those and drive traffic to your website. In my weekly email, I have a section at the bottom that's called Resources to Help Your Marketing Journey. And in that, I will highlight older blog posts that I know people have liked. I know because they get lots of shares and lots of visits. But it's a reminder for people. So I'll reshare them in my email because people don't go to my website looking for specific blog posts. There are so many on there, they probably don't remember everything that's on there. If you're doing events like this one, so this live stream, I've promoted it on social media, but I've also promoted it in my emails. I always do that. So once you've got all that, you've got those themes, and then you can use whatever tool that works for you to create that calendar. So I've kind of got a 2-step process. I have a spreadsheet that where I put everything down quarter by quarter. So I've got all the blog posts that I'm going to write, when my emails are going to go out, any events that I'm doing personally, like my events, and then I have a list of events that I'm doing for other people, networking events. All of that goes in a spreadsheet, and it's got a date against it so that I can see a complete picture. And then every month what I do is I plan out my social media to help me promote the stuff that I'm doing. So I use Notion. I've got a calendar in Notion, and week by week, it will say, what's going in my newsletter. What am I posting on LinkedIn, on my profile and on my page? What am I going to, am I creating any videos that will go on YouTube? So all of it, all my events that I'm attending, so events that I'm speaking at, networking events, everything is in the one place so that I can share stuff easily. And because I do that regularly, that means that I don't run out of content. I never run out of content. I was actually doing an event for Enterprise Nation last week, talking about email marketing, and somebody asked me, well, what happens when you run out of content for your emails? And I'm like, it's impossible. I've been doing it for nearly 9 years, and I've never not had content to put in my emails. I've never not had content to share on social media. Because if you sit down and plan what you're doing, you will always have content. And remember, you see everything that you share, but the people that you are sharing it for don't see everything, and they don't see it every time. So you can recycle content. It doesn't matter. You can recycle stuff. And even if people have seen it before, it still reinforces the messages that you're trying to get across. When you do this, when you create this email marketing plan, it does a really important thing. It speeds up your how you put together your marketing emails, because you're not sitting down to create that email and then thinking about what to put in it. What you're going to do is look at your calendar and say, oh, today I'm going to write about this, and you pull up your email marketing tool, get your template, create your email, and schedule it to send out. And it really is that simple. My weekly email, takes me about 13 minutes to create each week. And that's because I have a set template that I use. Sometimes I tweak it, but I have a set template that I use, so I'm not faffing creating a new email each time. And I know exactly what I'm going to write about. So I don't do the thinking when it comes for me to put my email together. I sit down, do it, get it scheduled, and it goes out. And it went out today. So I've actually taken on a new client, and I will be in their offices every Monday. So now my email creation, which seems really weird because I've done it for nearly 9 years on a Monday, I'm now creating my newsletter on a Friday. So every Friday I have an hour put aside to put together the email, clean my list, make sure that any new subscribers are on the email list, and to schedule it. And it usually takes me less than an hour to do all of that. So there you have it. That's how you create a plan. But more importantly, it's why you need one. And that plan should take in all of your marketing, not just the email, but have a calendar where you know exactly what you're doing. You can share that content, so you don't have to have silos. This is not my social media content. This is my email marketing content. This is content for my blog. It needs to cut across all the different marketing tactics that you do. And when you have that plan, it makes it easier for you to actually do your marketing. But it also makes it easier for you to change and adapt, because you're just going to be moving things around. You're not going to be thinking on your feet going, I had planned to do this, it's in my head, but now I have to change it, and now I'm not sure how I'm going to change and move stuff around. When it's in front of you on a spreadsheet and Notion or whatever planning tool you use, it's easy to adapt and move things around. So I hope that's helped you, and I hope you're going to go away and create a plan that really sets you up for success and helps you to get the best out of your email marketing. Okay, I will be back in 2 weeks' time, and I'm going to be talking about why small businesses need email automation. And I've just popped a link in the comments for you to set yourself a reminder, which you can do, and that will give you a little reminder. And I'll be back live on YouTube and on LinkedIn to talk about email automation, which I absolutely love. I think it is an amazing tool for small businesses. If you are not on my email list, I would love for you to join. As I said, it comes out on a Tuesday at lunchtime. It's a little bit of a club. You get some other things, and the link that I've just popped in the comments will it shows you what else you get. So I'd love for you to sign up for that. And if you are struggling with email marketing, I have a little bit of help for you. So email marketing in general, not just planning. So in the comments, I'll just pop the details of my online course, which really is for beginners, and it will give you all the help that you need to get started with your email marketing. And with that, I will be back in 2 weeks' time. Remember, set a reminder. I'm going to be talking about email automation and why you should be using that and what it's going to do for your small business. Honestly, it's going to set you free. So do set a reminder, and I will see you in 2 weeks' time. Take care.